Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of my favourite people and some of the world's biggest stars, and also some of the richest, most interesting and gorgeous and delicious people. Kirsty Bertarelli, how are you?
Hello there. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm deeply unattractive. I'm ginger. My life couldn't be more miserable. I really, imagine yourself and then think of the absolute opposite. That's me.
I don't believe that for a second. Sound fabulously attractive.
Well, that's why I do radio, you see. No TV for me, far too deeply unattractive. Let's talk about you. We've got to get it out the way, your history. I mean, you shot to fame in '88 with Miss World, and, of course, everybody fell in love with you. Not only did you have the looks, but a personality, and that's what Miss World's about, isn't it? You've got to have the whole package.
Well, it's such a long time ago, but, it was a great experience for somebody so young, and it put me on this sort of stepping stone to music. So it was a good experience.
I guess with that competition you have to have a talent, and that was your talent, was it, singing? Because I mean, I look back, you've been doing this a long while.
Yes, yeah. In fact, I did sing at the talent show, and at the time I did say, well, this is really what I wanted to do. And it was the start, because I went to London and I learned how to format songs, and then I wrote a lot of songs, and was really lucky enough to have William Orbit hear one of the songs, which was Black Coffee, and it went to #1. So it was very, very fortunate.
When I hear that All Saints song on the radio now, it's still timeless, it's still brilliantly written, it's still sing-alongable, if you know what I mean. How do you come up with something like that? Where does it come from?
It comes really from inside. You have to be moved by something and just tap into your own raw emotion. And at the time, it was when I met my husband, so I suppose he was very inspiring. And I sing the words. It's almost like telling a story, but putting it into a song.
I look at your life. You mentioned your husband. Of course, you are world-renowned as one of the richest people in Britain. Your husband is a genius at business. You're stunningly attractive. I just wish I could be you for a moment. Your life is very blessed, isn't it?
I do feel very fortunate. I've come from a lovely home, and I've got wonderful children around me. I think it's so important, family and friends, and I've always got music in the house, and I'm always writing and being creative, and I do feel quite blessed, really.
I love that you still do this, because let's face it, it would be very easy for you to do nothing and sit by the swimming pool all day and just go on holiday to Barbados. You're still driven, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, so driven. It's a passion that's never really gone away. I mean, it drives me, and I mean, even whether it's just at home, singing and making up lullabies for the kids, it gives me a lot of pleasure to writing this new album, Indigo Shores, and being able to perform and just convey my feelings through songs. It's a real roller coaster.
It's interesting in life how we all have our own ambitions and our own reasons for getting out of bed in the morning, and I suspect for you to get another hit would be bigger or more important than any amount of money. I mean, you can't buy it, can you? It's something that you achieve through the public's demand.
Yeah, it's you can't buy that at all. It's what's wonderful about it is just whether it's looking in your child's eyes, these beautiful green flecked amber eyes staring at you like, I don't know, like sunflowers, and just feeling inspired to write about something, and then it is, you feel at that moment as if this child is dancing around your heart, and when you write a song about it and then somebody hears it and touches them because maybe they feel the same way about their child, then you can't money can't buy that. It's just something very special.
How do you become evolved enough to write these songs? It's something I'm studying at the moment, is how you become a better person, an introspective person, how you don't get dragged down by the nastiness and bitterness of life. You only have to watch the news or open the papers to be brought down by it. At what point did you become a person where you could sort of think outside the box?
I think I'm just me, and I write about experiences and observations in life, and travels, and I've been lucky enough. One of the trips I went to recently was Indonesia, and it's just enjoying the moment. It was just such a mystical, magical place that I felt compelled to write about it. And sometimes there's sad things in life that also compel you to write.
I listened to this new single, Disappeared, and there's such a beautiful tone that you've got, and it's a voice that needs to be heard live. I've been Googling you and looking at you on YouTube. You even do Black Coffee on there, and it's interesting, isn't it, the reaction you get from an audience. Is there some bigger power that you get from an audience, an energy you get from the audience that you can't get anywhere else?
Absolutely. It really depends, but you obviously have this sort of nervous energy before you go on stage. Rightly so, because it's your whole self saying, don't do it, something could go wrong. But when you do, and you go with all of this passion, and you convey your thoughts and your feelings, and seeing in the audience eyes that they felt the same thing, it's an incredible impact to have. It really is.
And again, looking at your life, you've been known for your beauty through your life, and now you're being known for your music. Does that mean more to you? Because I've always thought that being beautiful would be great. I'd love to try it. It's something I've never had. But at the same time, there's a pressure, isn't there, that people are continually judging you and looking at you, and every little detail of your fashion is being observed. I've never had that, so that's not a concern. Does this give you a sort of freedom?
Well, it does in a way. Music does give you freedom, because you can just sing your heart out and get everything that you're feeling inside. You can just release it. And I think also with age you can kind of calm down a little bit with your looks, and I think that beauty does come from inside, and I'm sure you're not as bad as you're making yourself out.
Have you ever seen Shrek, the movie?
I don't believe you.
Yes, no, it's true. I sit here talking to you now, and here you are, this huge success in many, many fields, and you've done so much work around the world for charity. Musically, you're fulfilled, you're bringing out this new album. What would Kirsty Roper think of you? What would the child, the 10-year-old, make of all of this? It's incredible, isn't it?
What a question. Yeah, I feel very close to that child, actually. I think, we always keep the same aspirations and goals and insecurities and everything that makes up our makeup. It's always inside of us, and I still think I have a bit of that sort of childlike quality that I hope never goes, actually.
And you do sound fun. You sound like you'd be a great mother. I then have to ask how you keep the children grounded. I asked Gordon Ramsay this many years ago, and he said he always flies first class when he flies anywhere, but the kids go economy, just so they don't think that flying first class is normal. How do you make that amount of money that you have normal to your children?
It's very difficult, and it's a battle that it's so important to teach your child. And I keep mine grounded, because I am a Staffordshire lass, and I've had a great upbringing from my parents. My dad was always making sure that I'd work in the holidays. I'd go into the factory. I do the cooking. I get the kids in the kitchen. I teach them to be polite, to be kind, to just be aware of what's around them, and I think it's who we are that makes the children.
And do they have to earn money if they make their bed? Do they get 10p? How does that work? Are we on bonuses?
Yeah, they get in trouble if they don't clean, if they don't tidy their rooms.
Do you know, I wish I could meet you somewhere, Kirsty, because it'd be so interesting as a deeply unattractive person to see what you'd make of me. I've always wondered what it is to have your eyes, and I think that when you've had such a life that you have, it sort of explains why you've got the show you have on stage. There's videos that people can find. If you Google Kirsty Bertarelli, you can see her there live on stage. Your life now, is it perfect? I mean, that's the thing that I want to get to after 15 minutes of talking to you. You have beauty, you have fame, you have money, you have the ability to release an album. People seem to want to hear it. You have children, you have health. I mean, it's almost the dream, isn't it?
I think, I think I'm incredibly lucky, and I just think the one thing that's important is I think you must always strive in life for what you believe in, and always stay true to yourself. And beauty unfortunately kind of disappears quite quickly.
Yeah, let's compare your beauty disappearing to my beauty disappearing. I think you'll find mine's going quicker than yours, love. I don't wish to be rude, you know what I'm saying?
And it's having a good sense of humour.
A man years ago told me if you can make a woman laugh, you can get anything. The trouble is, once I've taken my clothes off, they're still laughing. That's the problem. What does Mr. Bertarelli think of this new album and your new career, your success as a singer and a touring artist?
Well, he absolutely loves it, because that's how he's always known me. I mean, from the first years we were together, I was writing songs and singing and had an album, and he's really my biggest fan. Every time I'm writing in my little office at home or in the car or wherever I can find a bit of peace away from the children, he'll come and listen, and I can tell immediately whether he likes it or not, and it's just great to have his support.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could compete with him. I'd love to tell you I have money, good looks, or a large package, but I have none of that, so there's no point even trying. Listen, I've just sat and listened to this CD a couple of times. I put it on in the car. It's a good place to listen to new music, because if you're bored, you find yourself switching over to Steve Wright or something. And I stayed to the end with this new single. It really is wonderful, and it's got a very modern feel, but it's still a songwriter's song. Disappeared is out now, the radio mix. It's 3 minutes of fun and well written. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to talk to you.
It's lovely talking to you. As I say, if we ever meet in public, please don't laugh out loud at my disgusting looks.
Not.
Please, just do an ugly guy a favour, If you could just...
qualities, and I'm sure a twinkle in your eye.
Oh, Kirsty Bertarelli, so nice talking to you. Congratulations on your new single, Disappeared. Google her now, find out more, and I hope to see you live one day. You have a really beautiful tone and a great talent, and aside from the joking, I wish you every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Take care now.